Here's clear evidence that we are in fact living in some sort of dome-like structure, and the sun and the moon are independent and lights in the sky. We've got the sun, and over there we have the moon. Again, we have the sun and the moon. Now we're told that the sun is 93 million miles away in space, and the moon is within the Earth's gravitational field, and it's around 238,000 miles away from the Earth. And the moon is solid, you can land on the moon, and the reason we see that light coming from the moon is because the sun is reflecting the light on the moon. So if that was the case, and I can see the full sun right in front of me, and that moon is reflecting the sunlight, why can I only see a tiny portion of that moon? If that was indeed a ball which is reflecting the light of the sun, the moon would be full. So as I've said, the moon is independent of the sun. It's the same size as the sun. It gives us the months, the sun gives us the days, and the moon is self-illuminating. It's a cold light. It's the yin to the yang. It's the opposite of the sun.
There are several government documents and manuals that say such things. And you may have even seen this one before, but here is just one of them. Scroll down to concluding remarks on page 30. You will see what it says here, and here you go.
I told you so. Oh, I told you so.
Okay, now let's get into the flat earth check. Here she is. Okay, you guys have probably seen this a lot if you've seen my videos. The biggest complaint that I get about using this map is that it is a projection of the globe, and I'm using a wrong map. But I'm going to show you two ways in which it is not. Actually, three. The first one is that Antarctica is on this map. It's not missing. It is this white perimeter that's going around the globe. It is indicated as what used to be called the Arctic Circle, but now there's a Mandela effect where they don't even acknowledge that that is what it is. So this is Antarctica. It goes all the way around. You can check out my bonus map check video to kind of see more about that. The second one is above us. It says Gleason's New Standard Map of the World. And below it, on the projection of, not of the globe, but of a person. It's the projection that J.S. Christopher of the Modern College made of England, okay? That's the projection. It's his projection. It's his math, not of the globe. Okay, the final one is just as important. It's in this little section over here, and it's talking about the date. The date, you have to zoom in when you look on your own. It's November 15th of 1892. So you remember the 1502 Copernicus and the 5th century and the 2nd century and the 3rd century and all of that. This is a new projection according to 1892.
All right, guys, I'm 44 years old. Never in my life when I grew up did I hear about a upside down smiley face crescent moon. We always learned about a side facing crescent moon. Kids never grew a upside down smiley face for their moon. What is going on here? When did this start happening?
Planets are not real. It's a shame because what NASA shows us is so beautiful, almost as if it's too good to be true. When we look at religious texts, they talk about how God created the sun, the moon, and the stars. Never is it mentioned anything about other planets. The planets we are taught about today are all named after fallen angels that were worshipped by Romans and Greeks. And what we see when we look at them through telescopes are actually just stars. The way that angels are described in the Bible, the book of Ezekiel, is far different than what we see angels as today. They look something like this. Now, when you pay attention to the structure of what this depiction of an angel looks like, and then look at footage of what stars look like through a telescope, they look insanely similar. So why is NASA lying to us about this? Well, some say that it is all a money-making scheme, because, well, NASA makes billions of dollars from taxpayers' money. But others are saying it's that. and also the fact that they are trying to keep us away from God and knowing the truth about the world we live in.
Have you ever felt the motion of the earth? No, you have not. Like, I literally want you to understand that there is no motion whatsoever to your life, ever. No motion. We're not spinning 66,600 miles per hour while expanding at 500 million miles per hour. Oh yeah, around the Milky Way. Why would you believe that? Because we're told while we're growing up at 66,600 miles per hour. We're not spinning around a ball. Why? Literally, why would you believe that? Oh yeah, the Rockefeller school system that we've grown up in. Oh yeah, that's literally the only reason why you believe that. Because you have no reason why. We're literally rocketing around the sun at a demonic amount of miles per hour, and you believe that? Come on, guys. Come on.
Well, flat earthers called this one. Back when NASA first said that they were going to send people to the moon in 2025, all the flat earthers called it. Said, watch them postpone it, and look what happened. What are they doing? NASA delays astronaut moon landing to 2026 amid spacecraft challenges. Come on, guys. They're not going to go again. They didn't go in the first place. This is all smoke and mirrors. Like, how many times? What are you going to say now to the flat earthers? Now that we are saying we told you so, what is your rebuttal to that? Like, and I understand it. I get it. I was so in love with this stuff, man. All of us flat earthers were in love with this stuff. I can't say all of us, but most of us were pretty much in love with space and all of it, bro. It's a huge letdown. It's a very big disappointment. I get it. I know. I'm one of the disappointed. But I mean, facts are facts, and blatant truths are blatant truths. This is one of them. Oh, and also go check out every single one of the videos on NASA's YouTube channel. Like literally every single video on their YouTube channel. Just go check out all of their YouTube videos. Go look at the comment section in every single YouTube video on NASA's YouTube channel. You're going to be very, very surprised. And if it doesn't tell you something, I honestly don't know what will. But go check it out.
See this? What's this say? Earth's shadow. They actually claim that Mars is close enough to the Earth that Earth's shadow causes some partial phasing. So Mars, is anywhere from 100 million miles to 140 million miles away at any given moment, according to your model. And they are saying that Earth is casting a shadow 100 million miles away and causing partial phasing on Mars. But did you know that Venus and Mercury have phases as well? And according to your model, they are inside of Earth's orbit. So it's physically impossible for us to cast a shadow towards the sun onto Venus or Mercury. And yet, both of them have phases, just like our moon does. And while we're on the subject, did you know that we often see Venus at nighttime? Which is another impossibility on your model. It should be physically impossible to see Venus in the middle of the night, and I have many times, according to the heliocentric model, because Venus is inside of Earth's orbit, closer to the sun, much closer to the sun. So the only time you should ever see Venus is during the day, or right at sunset, or just at sunrise.
just before sunrise or right after sunset should be the only time you should ever see Venus. And yet I have footage of Venus at midnight, at 9 p.m., 10 p.m., and recently people have seen it out at 3 a.m. So that's all hours of the night that Venus has been spotted. And your model has no way of explaining that whatsoever, but it's perfectly explainable on our model.
Nobody mentioned the shape of a coin. The firmament divides the waters above from the waters below, with a flat, level, topical plane in the middle. I suppose you could sort of argue that it's round, flat and hollow all at the same time, if you account for shear. But flat Earth doesn't mean flat as a pancake. We still have land mass. But the sun, moon and stars are set inside of the firmament, as told in the book of Genesis. And the sun, moon and stars rotate, not the Earth. In the book of Genesis, it tells us that the Earth was created on day 1, the firmament was created on day 2, and the sun was created on day 4. So for a Christian to believe in the Big Bang Theory is going against their faith, and that's what I'm trying to point out. What were we rotating around for 4 days? Most of my videos are a message to Christians that are being deceived against their own faith. But that also leads me on to my next topic. All religions and faiths depicted the earth as flat, with a firmament above it. There's only one image there that depicts it differently. These troll comments are ridiculous, and they show that you haven't done an ounce of research into what we're talking about. Do you not think that you sound like a broken record? Because we hear this every single day. I didn't just wake up one day and believe the earth was flat. I also wasn't a flat earther until I was 24. I'm 27 now. We've learned all about the heliocentric model in our lifetimes. It's unavoidable. I was actually a hollow earther until I was 24, from the age of 16.
And this is just crazy to me. The moon landing, bro. 1969. That's what they tell us. That these men went to this rock in the sky. They went up there. They traveled 500,000 miles. Like, we've never had any ship wrap around the earth 10 times, right? That's times 10 off of one tank of gas. Let's go around that. Okay, so we went in the sky, 500,000 miles, landed on a rock, depressurized the lunar lander, got out with, whoa, look at this Jeep we had to assemble and put together. We drove around on a Jeep, right? Then we played golf for a little bit. Then we got back into the lunar lander, had to repressurize the lunar lander with oxygen, eventually get back to the shuttle, connect, probably lose all different types of oxygen, having to, figure that out, connect again. Again, we're falling, but we're blasting off from the rock. We're getting connected to the shuttle. We're repressurizing. Then we're flying back to Earth, another 500,000 miles. So we travel, 250,000 miles. So we travel 500,000 miles off of one tank of gas and one oxygen tank. The average computer was the size of a living room. And you are stuck being upset and emotional and wanting to believe this, and you can't concede for a moment to say, yeah, I can see where people think this is full of shit, right? Come on, man. Come on, man. You're going to fight for this tooth and nail? You're going to fight for this? Your ego's that much attached to it that you're willing to look completely silly and borderline psychopath that in 2023, we're still believing that in 1969, right? We didn't even have cell phones or anything back then, right? But we believe that we flew to the moon and back. Come on, man. Complete deception. I'm just shocked that there's grown men that still believe this, that can't come to grips with themselves and say, all right, I was lied to. Your ego is too far involved in this, Globey. Wake up, bro. Seriously. I'm starting to whoa, this bro is wow. Come on, man. Nobody has been to the moon.
Why would they lie? Why would they lie? This is not a question, it's a defense mechanism. This is like holding up a shield that says, you have to answer this before you can hurt me. I studied it, and I had a strong realization about what it really was. Why would I lie? Why would I lie? It gets me in trouble all the time. Why would I lie? I would only say it if it's true. When you look out into outer space, do the planets look like balls of dirt, or do they look like lights? Just ask yourself honestly. Don't think about what you've been told they are. What do they look like?
All right, I'm just going to come right out and say it. You cannot believe Genesis chapter 1 is a literal account of creation and also believe what we've been taught. You cannot believe the science if you believe this is literal. Okay, so what we've been taught is our days are established by the earth spinning around the sun. Guys, do you know that God didn't create the sun until day 4? So there was 3 days and nights before the sun was even created. What was the earth doing before then? Was it spinning? Spinning around what? Was it spinning? It's still not spinning according to the Bible. The science also says we have an infinite universe. Even multiverses. Crazy stuff. The Bible doesn't describe that. The Bible talks about there was water at one time and the earth was void. And God was hovering over the water. He separated the waters from the waters. And then there was water above heaven, water above a firmament, and also there was water below it. And then God told the water below it to gather, and then the earth was exposed. So the earth is not the water, the earth is the dry land. So there's water below the earth and around the earth and water above the earth. Where's your outer space in this scenario? Nowhere, that's where. Not in the Bible. It's not in there. So what I'm trying to tell you, if you're intellectually honest, you can't accept both these things to be true. So you have to choose who you believe. Let God be true, but every man a liar. Guys, we've been lied to. Who do you believe?
96. It's a big boy. So I got 2 big guests. Big names, big bodies.
Huge.
Yeah, I don't even know if I introduce you to. You got Rampage the Legend Jackson here. You got Bradley. Meet me at 260. Martin.
How much you weigh right now?
Why people care if people believe in the earth the way the Bible describes it? Why do people get so mad about that?
Does the Bible describe it as flat?
Yeah.
It does?
With the dome, the firmament, and everything.
Oh, that's news to me.
That's new. You never read the Bible?
No.
That's the problem.
That is a problem. That's why I go to hell.
So why do people get mad at people if they just describe the earth the way the oldest history book describes it?
Yeah. So does this mean you think it's flat?
Yep.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
But what were you gonna say about?
This is what changed me when I looked into emergency landings. Something simple as that. That's what changed me to go more to like, oh yeah. Then I went to the Bible and started reading with the Bible. You know, I used to be a Christian, so I was like, oh, I've read this stuff before, but we think of it different. I went there. Now I look at the Old Testament like a history book, and so I went and read it and like a history book. I was like, oh, okay, it broke everything down for me. But if you look into whenever you have time, just look into emergency landings.
What do you mean by emergency landing?
Like when say somebody's flying from Asia coming to LA,
yeah,
and like if it's an emergency or something, and then see like the way they land, and then you gonna think like, wow, that's not an emergency landing. They went all the way out the way, and then you got to break down why did they do that? Why they go all the way out the way, and they say it's an emergency landing. That's what changed my mind.
Why would they go all the way?
Exactly. That's his point.
Exactly.
But why would that prove that the earth is flat if you go out of the way?
Because if it was an emergency, a real emergency, wouldn't you go somewhere closer?
When you go somewhere closer?
And not somewhere out of the way?
When we see the emergency landing on the globe, it don't make sense.
Oh, because it's like this.
Yeah, so it's farther away.
Yeah.
So common sense would tell me that we're being lied to about the geography of our things.
Why lie to us about the earth being round, though?
That's the big question.
Don't waste any more time. Visit the links above now and order my book, 16 Emergency Landings Proving Flat Earth. Visit my online store now and order the new enhanced Gleason's Flat Earth map. This map used to be in every school and library in the nation before NASA was created in 1958, when the maps were ordered removed. Have your Gleason's map hanging on the wall in your house where no government can take it down. Here you see it hanging on a wall in the house of the late Charles K. Johnson. Here is a quote from the book 1984 by George Orwell. Every record has been destroyed or falsified, every book rewritten, every picture has been repainted, every statue and street building has been renamed, every date has been altered, and the process is continuing day by day and minute by minute. History has stopped. Order your map now.